Ever watch a document get sent back to your queue to fix a keyword? Then you fix it and it comes back in to fix another keyword, and then another, and then another, and then another. Yeah, let's fix that. It's a common scenario. There's a workflow that's been built maybe to review a document for an approval process. And documents are being ingested without hitting any sort of front end operations eyes. So no one is visually validating the document.
I don't know what it says because I haven't read it and I'm not going to.
So you build validation within your lifecycle and your queues to hopefully get the keywords that you need later on in the process to be lined up on the document correctly. But maybe your workflow looks like this. Well, I'm just a cowboy working here in OnBase, and I just sent the document through, and why, there's a note that says the loan type keyword is missing. Well, I guess I'll just have to fix that keyword. Let's see here. We'll add loan type and everything should be fine. I'll send it right back through validation. Here we go. Don't have to worry about, whoa, it just came back. Let's see what the note says now. Oh, there's another keyword missing. Loan amount request keyword. All right, let's see what the loan amount is. $25,000. Let's put that in. Save it. Now it should be all right. Let me send that back through. Dang it, another one? Oh, term keyword missing? All right, I give up. You know, there's keywords missing everywhere. I just keep sending it back through and sending it back through. This is frustrating for a cowboy that does reviews of keywords and indexing and stuff. Who was that guy? He looked really frustrated and nothing like me.
Pretty sure it was you.
But this is an example of per field validation. So you built out a workflow, it goes through, it validates an individual keyword, flags it for having some sort of an error or being missing, and then gets routed immediately back to the user with a note. Now you could see that if you're working with maybe one or two keywords, your user probably isn't going to get too frustrated. But if you're validating for 5, 10, 15, 20 keywords, then yeah, it's going to take a really, really long time and probably build up a lot of frustration in the user to have to validate, fix, reroute, and then see the document just pop right back up on their inbox.
I suppose that would be too much to ask.
So to fix this, I use batch keyword validation. And I'll show you real quick how I do that. First, I want to show you the bad validation, the one that frustrated our cowboy earlier. And this is an example of per field validation. So essentially what happens is that the document comes in and we check the various keywords that we need later on in our processing. And if it fails, so if that keyword is not there, or if there's some sort of a formatting issue, we flag it, we just slap a note on it, and we send it back to the review queue, hoping that maybe the user will see that there's one missing keyword and then go through all the other keywords that they know are needed later on in the process and maybe fix them. Maybe. So in our example for our good validation, this is where we batch validate all the keywords. Now, I wanted to say that currently in OnBase, there isn't a rule to evaluate multiple keywords within that one rule. So there is going to be some configuration that we're going to have to do on the individual keywords that we're validating. But it's not going to be any more work than our validating the single keywords one at a time. I think it's actually probably less code. So here, we still have our keywords, but then when it flags it, we're now assigning a property. And I use the set property to expression in this scenario so that I can concatenate, so that I can build a list of all the keywords that are now missing. So you can see within the first one, I'm just assigning it, we know it's the first keyword. So I'm assigning it the missing keyword. Then I'm using the new line, which is actually a cool formatting command within expressions to add a new line. And then our keyword that has failed validation. And then as this document goes down through and fails additional validation, I'm now just adding that new keyword to that list. And then at the end, I check to see if that prop valid exists, because if it passes through successfully and all those keywords are there and they're all valid, then that property is not going to exist. So if that property does exist, then I'm creating the note along with that property value that's in it that will have our list and sending that to the users to review. And they'll see a note and I'll have all the list of keywords that they need to fix, and then they route it back through, and hopefully it won't kick back to the review queue. So let's see how our user likes that functionality. Hey Doris, there's another document that came in that needs review. I'm sure that I'm going to have to hit review over and over again and send it all the way back through validation 100 times like I did last time. All right, let me see what's missing. Oh, well, isn't this nice? There's a note here that just has all the keywords listed all at once so I can just fix all those keywords and send it back through. Wow, this makes me a lot less frustrated. I can tell you that. Now I can go get on my horse. Why are they getting a car loan? We don't have any cars in this town. We only have horse. We need a horse loan, which is a lot more expensive. Have you noticed? You know, horses are a lot more expensive. Like just like a horse. Gas. Get a motorcycle.
3 hours later.
I love me some OnBase. I think we succeeded in making our cowboy happy. And you know the old saying, happy user, stress diffuser.
That's not a saying.
But as you can see, this tip can really give you benefits in productivity. And that brings me to another common phrase, less debugging, more munching.
Well, now you're just making things up.
I needed some transition to this snack today. All right, and this snack is called potty.
Let's go to the potty now, and then we'll come right back.
I'm sure it's delicious, and it's from Turkey. So let's give it a try. There's pictures of carrots and cinnamon sticks. And it kind of looks like a fig Newton, maybe carrot cake thingy. It's like it's falling apart. Let me try it now that a piece has fallen off. Well, that's not bad. There's crumbs all over my keyboard. Yeah, it's like carrot cake, but without the cream cheese frosting that makes it delicious. So as I fill my mouth with food, remember that these videos are brought to you by Datum Evolve, a Hyland reseller and partner. And we are happy to help you with any of your OnBase or Hyland specific needs. Just reach out to us. And until next time, learn, snack, repeat.